To freeze rows in Google Sheets, open your browser, go to sheets.google.com, and sign into your Google account. Once you're logged in, open the spreadsheet you want to edit. Look at the top menu bar, click View, then hover your cursor over the word Freeze. A small submenu will appear with a few options. You can choose 1 row, 2 rows, or up to current row. Go ahead and select 1 row for now. As soon as you click it, you'll see a faint grey line appear just below row 1. That's the freeze line, and it marks the boundary between your frozen content and the rest of the sheet that will scroll normally. That line is your confirmation that the freeze is active. Now scroll down your worksheet with your mouse or trackpad, and you'll notice that row 1 stays perfectly fixed at the top of the screen. It doesn't move. The rest of your rows scroll up and out of sight, but that header row remains visible the whole time. That's the entire purpose of freezing, to keep key reference points like column headers, titles, or labels anchored in place so you never lose your context as you work through larger datasets. Let me explain why this matters and how to get the most out of it. If you've ever been deep into a spreadsheet with hundreds of rows and had to keep scrolling back up to remind yourself which column was revenue versus expenses, you know how tedious that can be. Freezing the top row solves that problem instantly. It's one of those small features that changes your entire workflow once you start using it, and you're not limited to just 1 row. If your spreadsheet has a header that spans 2 rows, maybe a title row and a subheader row, you can choose 2 rows instead. The behavior is exactly the same. Both rows lock in place, and everything below them scrolls freely. There's also the up to current row option, which is incredibly useful when your headers don't start at the very top. Maybe you have a title or a logo in row 1 and row 2, and your actual column labels live in row 3. Just click anywhere in row 3 first, then go to View, Freeze, and select Up to Current Row. That will freeze rows 1 through 3. The freeze line will appear right below row 3, and those 3 rows will stay put as you scroll. This is the most flexible option, and it's the one I use most often for complex spreadsheets. A few common mistakes to watch out for. First, if you freeze rows and then try to scroll horizontally, the frozen rows will move left and right with the rest of the sheet. Freezing only locks rows vertically, not columns. If you need to also lock columns, say a name column on the left, you'll need to use the Freeze Columns option in that same menu. Second, the freeze line is subtle. It's a thin, dark grey line, not a bold border. Beginners sometimes miss it and think the freeze didn't take effect. The easiest way to confirm it's working is to simply scroll down. If your top rows disappear, the freeze isn't set. If they stay, you're good. Third, if you freeze rows and then later add or delete rows above the freeze line, the frozen range adjusts automatically. But be careful if you cut and paste rows into the frozen area. That can sometimes shift the freeze boundary in unexpected ways. If that happens, just go back to View, Freeze, and reset your choice. To adjust the frozen rows later, return to the View menu at any time. Hover over Freeze again, and you'll see your current selection is marked with a check mark. You can click a different option, for example, switching from 1 row to 2 rows, and the freeze line will instantly move down to row 2. If you want to remove the freeze entirely, just select No Rows from that same menu. That's a good habit when you're finished with a spreadsheet, or when you need to restructure your data and want full freedom to scroll top to bottom again. Once your rows are frozen correctly, continue working with your spreadsheet. You can now scroll through hundreds or even thousands of rows without losing sight of your headers. This makes data entry, sorting, filtering, and cross-referencing much faster and far less error-prone. It's especially useful when you're comparing values in a long list, or when you're filling in a column that relies on column names you'd otherwise have to memorize or write down. You've successfully frozen rows in Google Sheets, and you now have a tool that professional spreadsheet users rely on every single day. As a next step, try freezing both the top row and the first column at the same time. That creates a truly locked header area that stays visible no matter where you scroll. Practice with up to current row on a real spreadsheet so the process becomes second nature. If you ever need to revisit these steps, save this video or bookmark the technique. Thanks for watching, and happy data organizing.